Hello. So I did my advocacy campaign on police brutality, focusing on police brutality, especially against African Americans. Most Americans have seen the killing of George Floyd this year, heard about Breonna Taylor this year, and numerous other African Americans that have been killed at the hands of police despite being unarmed. Through my research, I found that African Americans are disproportionately killed by police at a rate about 28%, despite only being 13% of the U.S. population. 1.3 times They are 1.3 times more likely to be unarmed than white people. As a Black woman, this obviously concerns me because it could be me, it could be my family member or a friend. So looking into why or potential reasons for why this could occur, I found an article about how the media influences these type of things. For years, Black people have been portrayed in the media, on TV shows, on plenty other different platforms to be more violent, which gives a perception that they are more violent, even though it's not necessarily true. And so when a police officer comes into contact with a Black man or a woman, they might see them as a threat just because they're Black, not because they have a gun or they're threatening them or anything like that, but because they're Black. That's not our fault. That's not fair. So I decided to petition. Well, I also found that like 98% of the time, the police aren't held accountable when they kill a citizen. And I felt that was, it kind of, it hurts when, a cop kills another one of us and they're not held accountable. So, because it kind of makes it seem like it's okay. And so then cops are now seeing it as okay. So, if I kill this person, there's no repercussions. I can just, do it again, or, it's fine. And it's not fine. So I decided to advocate for a change in a policy. Currently, it's very vague in the Constitution as to when it's okay to use excessive or use deadly force against a civilian. So I suggested that there be a standard, an actual standard that cops are held accountable to for when they use deadly force. I also suggested a handbook that would basically have these type of incidents, and like, okay, in this incident you should use this type of force, in this incident you should use this type of force, so that they can get an understanding. Like, just because somebody is running away does not mean they're a threat, or just because they might just be scared, or just because someone is acting erratically does not mean they should be killed. Also training in the police, within the police offices, to de-escalation training, implicit bias training, so that they can actually be trained on what to do in these situations, instead of just it being up to their threat level or their perception of the scene and what's going on, because it's just not fair. It's not just. It's not. It's just not. I'm not for it. So those are the things that I suggested. I wrote a letter to my district's legislator, because those are the people who help make the laws. Chrissy Houlihan. So that's my advocacy campaign in a nutshell. Thank you. Semester's over. Woo!